Today we're here with Renault UK's mental health champions to talk all things mental health.
Can you tell us whether there are situations where you find yourself highly stressed, particularly stressed, either when the team makes a mistake or before or during the race?
There's so many variables in Formula One, and I think that alone creates stress because you're, even after a good qualifying, for example, you might still have a overhanging stress of, well, I hope the race goes well. It's very easy to have a disrupted sleep because I'm thinking about what might happen and what I need to do. I'll have that little conversation to myself and making sure that I know in my heart that I've prepared, and then I'll put a movie on or something and completely switch off. I'm doing what I love to do. Like it's my dream job. Like I feel so lucky to be able to do that. And so a bad day for me is like, I'm sure so many people would kill for one of my bad days. So it's like, you just got to have perspective as well.
I actually started running and I do my running in the morning, so that I found that sets me up for the day. So it kind of has a bit of time where I just clear my mind and then I can think about pretty much nothing. So that kind of works for me. Another go-to is music. I like to listen to my music really, really loud, shut the world out. So what sort of music do you listen to, Daniel? What's your go-to?
Yeah, music's great, and I love it. Songs can also speak to you, and you'll be so surprised sometimes you hear lyrics and you're like, okay, that's literally me right now. Yeah. So a lot of build up of stress or anxiety or doubt, or it's because people don't have a chance to release what's being built up and have someone to conversate with. So yeah, I mean, look, within my team who I'm very, very comfortable with talking to, we try and just keep an open dialogue always. And I think when you start to know someone as well, you can see if something's ticking over in their mind and they're not quite there, and it's just like, hey, like what's up? Talk to me. And that's, I mean, it sounds so simple, but that's already such a help.
It's remembering that we are sort of, we've got a heartbeat as well at the end of the day, and we need to be there for each other.
At times, all you need to do is as you say, lend a shoulder or give someone a hug, and it can literally change their day.
It still feels like there's a bit of stigma associated with the topic. So how do you approach conversations around mental health, and why do you think it's important to speak up?
No one really knows what someone goes through on a day-to-day basis. And it's being a good listener. And that's what I'm still learning. I love to talk, but at times it's someone wants you just to be there to listen. It's they want to vent to you and they want to tell you how they feel, and you might have the answers, but they might not yet. So it's giving them time to find their way.
Ultimately, what we try to do is make sure that when you get to a point where you need to release, as you touched on, release that or share that we're here for people to particularly in this environment as mental health champions for Renault UK, that we are available for them as a release and obviously to hopefully offer help to reduce pressure if necessarily.
I think what's really important as well, from my point of view, is seeing more men talking about mental health, because that's always been quite a stigma, stiff upper lip.
We have what we try and do as well in the office to get people talking is time to talk days. So we'll set up in our different relaxation areas or coffee areas in the office, and we'll just sit there and work for the day or with a cup of coffee so that people can come in and out and just have a chat.
Traditionally, health and safety has been thought of as focused on building safety. How do you think the remit's changed over the years to consider mental welfare of employees?
We've been working on this now probably for about the last 4 years on trying to develop our mental health practices at work by introducing first aiders, mental health first aiders in the workplace. We've trained over 24 now across all the shifts. Some people on the race team are mental health first aiders, so the guys even travelling have got somebody they can go to help. And we do webinars, and we use a psychologist on site, and everybody has to attend training on site as well to understand, what stress, what mental health, and how they can help themselves as well.
Hi Daniel. More and more people are looking to how they look after themselves, and self-care is a large part of that. What do you do specifically to relax and unwind?
I think it's really finding something that takes you away from your workplace and your work environment. Otherwise, it's so easy to, your brain and your mind is constantly going, and, you know, I have to be fit to race cars. But I feel like what fitness and training gives me is a level of clarity in my head. It's some discipline, and, you know, even if I quit racing today, you know, I would make a promise to myself that I would continue to train, you know, because it's not only, you know, you don't get obviously the physical gains, but I find more mental gains from having it. And I think during quarantine, like, doing that and having those good habits, really, it could have easily gone the other way and it didn't. And I'm so grateful to have had that, and have had that like objective to stay motivated, to stay fit, because it has a ripple effect in so many other avenues in life.
You're right. One of the things that you touched on there is that there's certainly a link and direct links between physical health and mental health. We're certainly proud to do our bits as mental health champions within Renault UK, and it's been a great opportunity to discuss the topic with you both. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I appreciate everyone speaking up as well. And it was nice to have such an open conversation. We're practically strangers, but yeah, so look, you know, imagine, you know, tapping into people close to us, how much more we could get. And it just shows that, yeah, once you start a conversation, it can very easily, I mean, we could talk for probably 2 more hours, I'm sure. Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was,
Thank you so
really
much.
insightful.
Thanks, guys.